you're gay? Are you sure? Hello Internet, it is Steph, and a topic that I always get asked from you guys is how do you know if you're really gay? It's confusing no matter what your age is when you start questioning your sexuality because everyone wants to put you in a box. Do you think about kissing someone of the same gender all the time? Are you a fan of Broadway show tunes? Do you love rainbows? Do you rock a pixie haircut? Do you have a preference for Ruby Rose and Orange is the New Black? Now, while all of these questions fall under the stereotypes for those of the LGBTQ+ community, there unfortunately is no yes or no question here to tell you whether or not you're gay. Because I too have gone through the whole question, you know, am I really gay? Am I not? Sexuality is fluid, but what does that really mean? There's a huge stigma on the bisexual community because oftentimes those who identify as lesbian or gay have first identified as bisexual. Does this mean that they were confused? Maybe. Could they have really been bisexual? Yeah, that's true too. Sexuality is fluid, which means it's always changing, there's always gray zones, there's no set in stone thing. I saw such a great example of this the other day, and what I saw was a woman saying she currently wears a size 8 shoe. Now, several years ago she wore a size 6 when she was growing up. Currently she's a size 8, but does that mean she was never really a 6? No, she in fact was, just a different span of time. Things can happen, things can change, and that's completely okay, and both sizes are legitimate for that time in that person's life. It wasn't a phase, it was something that was actually going on. Maybe today you identify as bisexual and it's because you really do think in your heart that you do identify as bisexual. That is legitimate. Maybe 6 years from now, 10 years from now, you'll identify as straight or lesbian or gay or queer, whatever, and that also is going to be legitimate for that time. You see, everyone is changing. No one is obligated to be the same person they were 5 minutes ago, so why are they obligated to have the same sexual orientation labeled on themselves 5 years from now? I remember during my coming out process, when I was first thinking about it, I was 13, and I began thinking about women, so I was so scared. I was like, you know what, maybe I'm bisexual. Maybe the guy thing will come along in a few years. And that was just me. And I also have had friends who have identified as gay for years and have only been with partners of the same gender, and then, you know, some magical person could come along who is of the opposite gender or gender non-binary or gender they weren't with before, and then their identity might change. So should they say no to this person who they really have a strong connection to all because they put a label on themselves? No, that's not fair to either parties involved. Now, there's oftentimes going to be people who ask, you know, are you sure? Is it a phase? And the same thing goes to them, you know, are you sure you're straight? Are you sure that's not a phase? I know I am gay, and I've been out as gay for years and years and years, and there are the occasional people who come up to me and say, are you sure? Oh, but you're too pretty to be a lesbian. You know, it may be a phase. And I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who has the answer about my sexual orientation. If anyone else tries to subcategorize you, it's because they have issues with themselves, because who you're interested in has nothing to do with them unless they're the person you are with. But even if you're with them, they still have no right to put you in a box. I know it's super frustrating. I know how hard it is not having the answers right away. I love having answers right away. I'm that person in life who needs all the answers right away, and unfortunately, life has a different way of going about that when they're like, you know what, you can't. But I'm not gonna lie to you just to make it easier. The real answer is time. Take time to discover yourself, to grow, to recognize who you are as a person. Who you are is legitimate. Who you're interested in is legitimate. And who you identify as is legitimate. You're the only one who can label yourself, and you're the only one who has the right to. You don't even need to label yourself if you're not comfortable with it. You're who you are a person, and whoever you are interested in is only your business and only your right to identify. What do all of you think about this? I would love to hear your opinions, so leave a comment below. I read them all. Also, my merch store is now open. Woo! It's a brand new merch store. I'm so excited about it, and I will put the link in the description as well. If you tag me in a photo wearing your merch on Twitter or Instagram, both of the links for mine will be in the description as well. I'm going to have a little fun surprise where I'm going to feature some of those pictures in my next videos in the future. Also, be sure to subscribe because this Sunday I'm doing the chapstick challenge. I love you all. Have a fantastic week. Bye!